Okay.
I will say I played a game earlier and I've already used my dodge, so I apologize.
Okay. I can use mine. Last
And
night I probably should have dodged at least one of these. I don't know. We went 50-50 on ridiculous team comps.
oh, wait a minute. One second here. Just look at my rank. Wait. Hold on a second. What?
When I clicked on
I'm
it,
in
I
the
saw
red.
P40.
Yeah, I'm at red.
Uh-oh. We gotta get some wins.
Right.
Gotta get some dubs. Yeah, we had a couple of... Didn't we? Yeah, we won... Okay, that
We
comp
won
was
one.
kind of legit, yeah. Well, last night, when I played without you, we just had some just ridiculous comps. Like, I definitely should have dodged. We won one ridiculous comp where a guy stole, like, our ADC was hovering Kog'Maw, and then this guy, like, last second stole it for Kog'Maw mid. And then our ADC ran Brand ADC. And we just basically won off the back of, like, Master Yi just having a lot of items late game. So we kind of lucked out there. And then the other one, we had Ivern middle and Talon jungle. And believe it or not, it didn't work out very well. The Ivern mid is like 1 in 10 or something. Against the Zir, actually.
Oh god.
I guess I'll just spin Cog. Yeah, all the weird picks fed. And then just one game we had Yi that could carry. And one game we did. I think the Cog mid was like... I don't even know. Well, I guess I can click on it here and see. It felt really bad. He ended up being 6 and 7. It felt much, much worse than that. What did the Ivern go? 2 and 9.
Hell yeah, respect.
Yeah, and I was playing Yumi all 3 of those games, so I'm just sitting here watching, and it's like, well, I guess we just lose. Hey, what's up, Grushgord? Thanks, friend. Trying to figure out what I want to play in my group hug deck, or like for just a 5-color deck in general. Is my command. Fuck. Well. Could do either like Janna or Lulu.
I think I'm gonna take Halo here.
The Tempest is at your command.
Okay, and then alright, let me see. Is that better? I guess it's better than currently better than Moonstone. Yeah. Okay, so we can just go Echoes and then just whatever. Nice, they're just giving us a lane. Oh, well. I guess I'll wait 1 second here. Yeah, it's like you gonna pick Ezreal and a Janna, sure thing. Yeah, I was thinking either Sisay looks interesting because she can just go like get a bunch of different things.
Yeah, she's good.
And then that other I can't remember the name of the other 5-color one that like gives you multiple attack phases. You can just like combo off with her. The red creature.
Gila?
Yeah, Gila.
Gila?
I think so. She's pretty legit too. She's like a combo piece. If you have the right thing, you can just play her and just like win. But Sisay like goes to get pieces and has like kind of silver bullet aspects to her. There's so many things, so many like good things are legendary. Pretty much all the planeswalkers. Several of the creatures. I don't know if there aren't that many legendary enchantments, I guess. Just go grab Zur and start playing the enchantments. Or Urza. How many people do you think would want to play if I like went to a card shop and I was like, alright, this is a deck based around Stasis, Winter Orb, and Armageddon?
Everybody would like to play it.
Like, yeah, man, let's go.
Yep.
Well, that's the beauty, Matt. If it pushes THC gummies on you, you don't have to smoke. You just eat the gummies. It fixes everything. If you're stressed out or you're just a little nervous about a business meeting, you know, you heard something on the news that's got you stressed, just eat some THC gummies. It's got you covered. I feel bad. Like, one of my really good friends, well, there's actually been just a lot of people, I would say, just to not make it like super specific or anything, but I've had several students, and even I've had like a relative as well that's like not just like not trusting banks because like a couple of them make bad decisions and got like knocked out because they were overexposed to crypto or just like really mismanaged. And so, you know, I've had several like students, friends, family members, stuff like that, you know, tell me, oh, you just want to like keep all your money out of banks and basically like bury it in your backyard kind of thing, put it under your mattress. It's like, man, you really don't want to do that. You just need to put it in like a good bank. Like, you need to be doing something active with your money. Because especially when inflation's high, like the default position if you hold it is right now you're losing like 4%, and that's like what the, you know, the official number is for inflation. But we all know that a lot of stuff is going up more than that. Food, healthcare, all that. Are you at a card shop playing against someone with a stasis deck eating a THC gummy? That's right. I mean, you might as well do something, because you're not going to get to play the game. In the Enchantress deck, like, there were a couple of combos that were kind of nasty. Like, if you have Stasis, and then, like, Bear Umbral, just, like, whenever you attack, untap all your lands, like, that would let you keep it up indefinitely. Assuming you have a way to untap the creature, too. Or, like, Humility. And then you could still keep like counters on creatures. You can still, if you play creature enchantments, that can still pump up creatures. I don't know. I guess any. Oh, I should have been Cog. Whatever. Exactly. That's what people forget too. It's like FDIC is a thing. So if it's an FDIC insured bank, then and you don't keep more than, what is it now, 250? It's a large number of money, and you should put like money in different banks too. If you reach that FDIC insurance limit, you should be putting your money in different banks or putting it in some kind of investment thing. But yeah, you got FDIC insurance, and you don't, like, just don't trade crypto. Every crypto exchange is getting exposed for being a scam. which I've been telling people for years. But yeah, this whole like conversation about crypto and like not trusting banks and like going back to 2008 and all this, it's really hurting a lot of people that just aren't getting good information from like trustworthy sources. Like they just because trustworthy like news and reporting is not profitable. Like you don't want people thinking that everything's okay. You want them freaked out, buying your products or watching your channel or whatever you're trying to get them to do, listening to your podcast. It's just monetizing fear. I don't even know how you try to stop that, but most banks are where you would put your money, but it depends. Like if you're investing your money in something like crypto through a crypto exchange, that is not FDIC insured. And people are figuring out that real quick. That shit gets frozen out when you deal with FTX and now whatever that other one is, Binance. All of that stuff is not. Or if you put your money in like a mutual fund or something and it loses money, then that's not insured. Like any sort of thing that has risk in it. But yeah, if it's just like deposited money, then that is, you know, you want to make sure it's FDIC insured. Most places are where you could put your money. But yeah, it's just really sad that like so many people are just getting this like misinformation and potentially like just losing out on opportunities. Like, I get it, like, some things are untrustworthy. Like, the stuff that's going on in China right now at their banks, or not all of their banks, but a lot of big ones, it was a scam. I mean, a lot of shit in China is a scam. It is a very, very corrupt place. Now, I love, like, classical, you know, Chinese ideas. What's up, Butter? I think Taoism, Confucianism is fascinating, especially Taoism. There's a rich, awesome cultural history. It's not like, you know, I'm anti-Chinese. It's just the way that that government and culture is currently running is, there's a lot of stuff that's not regulated. But that's not the same as the U.S. Now, yes, there have been a couple of bank failures this year. Like, there are going to be some things that that happen. But yeah, the FDIC's got your back if it's in the US. If it's somewhere else, if it's crypto or whatever. That's why I don't like investing in like foreign companies and stuff like that either. Because I just don't know the rules and I don't know how much stuff is like backed up or like what's going on with the government. I mean, investing in like a lot of places is probably fine, especially like Europe. That's probably fine. But I, you know, because they have, you know, like Western legal codes that are very similar. Like I can understand like the risk and all that kind of stuff. But so a lot of places, I know it was very popular to like invest in BRICS nations and things like that. And there probably are good things, but like I feel like you really have to know what you're doing and just really understand the culture and the laws and stuff like that in ways that I don't. So. Not to say that I'm like an expert on U.S. like finance law, but I've got a better grasp of that, certainly, than a lot of other things. Oh, we got an Amumu down here, huh? I had split damage. Maybe I should have gone on Jin. Because Amumu does have Aftershock. Yeah, I should have gone for the Jin. That would have stopped a little bit of damage on Misfortune too. Gosh, how did I miss that? Jin's movement speed is BS, man. I feel like they need to nerf something about that. Like his 4th shot movement is Especially with like fleet. When he gets fleet, swiftness. What did Rakan say? He said like punk ass something. That was pretty funny. I've never heard him say that. Sounded like he said punk ass kid, but I don't think Jin's a kid. Maybe he's talking about a moo. Punk ass kid. That's what I heard. I mean, maybe that's not what he said. It's kind of racy for Lee. Call someone a punk ass.
I'm gonna burn this place down. Build it back up so I can burn it.
I mean, yeah, it's just a lot of misinformation out there that's just really unfortunate. Shit. Well, okay, I've still got one for cannon. I hate it when I accidentally misclick and get a small minion when a cannon's up. I'm not talking like misinformation in terms of like... You know, just differing political opinions, but it's like getting extreme, like questioning the banks, questioning, you know, like just entire institutions, banks, police force, FBI. It's pretty dangerous to question entire institutions. Like, are there corrupt people at all of these different kinds of institutions? Yes. But to question, like, entire institutions is... It's not good. It's not good for the country. That stupid deer has nitrous. Yeah. Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. Jin just has so many modifiers and items he can get without sacrificing damage. Like, I think that's what it is. Is he can, like, get fleet, get swiftness, like, all of this stuff, and still hit like a truck. Okay, so I'm trading on Jin now, and that seems to be, like, a better trade. Nepotism in banks in every country. Well, people just love to hate on banks because they make money. Like, people just don't understand how that works. Oh, they make money for free. It's like, they facilitate stuff. And people don't understand, like, how fractional banking works. They're like, oh, the banks, like, if everyone pulls their money out of banks, then banks fail. It's like... It causes a lot of problems if people pull all their money out. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, against Jin, I gotta get Mercs. And a Moo, obviously. But it's like, the fractional banking is what creates most of the growth. Like, that's how we got such crazy explosive growth in the last 50 years, was fractional banking when they unpegged the gold reserve. Well, some of them are greedy. It depends on what you mean by greedy. I mean, they're, like... It's their job to make money for their clients. It's just a question of how much risk they should take to do that. But, like, they're a publicly traded company. It's like, I'm pretty sure they are legally obligated. Like, their main interest has to be making money for their clients. But I think there are ways you can do that legally. And if they make money, like, they, in theory, can pass that on to their customers, right? Like, usually when banks are making money, they're getting a cut of someone else making money. Right? So when they give a loan out to a business that's able to pay that loan back, presumably that business is doing well. Right? Or when it gives out a mortgage to somebody that pays the mortgage, that's a win, right? Like, yes, the bank makes money on that, but the mortgage owner gets a, you know, nice money as well, presumably. So it's like, really, they get a cut off of other people succeeding most of the time. Now, some of the, like, derivatives trading, like, backdoor swaps and stuff, like, that gets talked about as being really bad, and that's kind of a shadowy system. But a lot of that is, like, good, can be good too. Where it's kind of like it's insurance most of the time.
So they're all coming down there.
Okay, I think we're good. Hopefully.
How is that even possible?
So yeah, I think there are corrupt people within banks, but by and large, banks are like good, well-run banks.
I'm at collapse.
Okay. That's a good thing.
Then it will know magic's fury and its fury.
They hire people to rob them? What do you mean? Again, like, there are some banks and some people that are corrupt, but I think as an institution, it depends on the banks. But a lot of what banks do is extremely useful. Like, people just couldn't get houses, you couldn't have businesses, you couldn't really do almost anything without the banks.
Oh, fuck.
Ally has been slain.
I need my love.
I don't know. I
World to care about. I don't apologize for it. I feel good.
I really don't think that's like a common practice in banking, is to have people rob them and then collect insurance or something presumably on it. Businesses always fail, do they? I mean, a lot of small businesses fail. I mean, I think there's some pretty good ones that stick around for a little while. I mean, if you're saying always, like, in the history of humanity, you know, are there some businesses that were popular in Mesopotamian times that aren't around anymore? Like, do we have any of those businesses left? No, probably not. At least not in the same name. So in that sense, it's like, over what time horizon, right? Over like 1,000 years, are any of the current businesses going to be named the same thing? Probably not. But I don't think that means they're a failure. AIG did not fail. It's still a company. It got an infusion. It got a loan. And it paid the loan back. That's what a lot of people call the bank stuff, like bailouts. I'm like, it's called a loan. Like, we don't say someone gets bailed out because they got, you know, a mortgage for their house because they couldn't afford their house right away. It's like they got a loan and they paid it back with interest that went into the coffers of the American people. Like, the Treasury pocketed the bailout on most of those things. Now, AIG, I'm pretty sure AIG paid back all of it. Things like Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, I'm not sure how profitable those are necessarily. God, well, at least he entered for me. And we got to kill and an assist on it. But, like, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are, like, a public service company, basically. Like, they're not supposed to be that profitable. They're to help poor people get loans. Whether that should be a thing or not is debatable, but... Never heard of them after... Dude, they're still there. I look them up after this. I mean, they're not in, like, the news cycle, AIG and stuff, but it's still there. I'm pretty sure. It's possible that, like, Bank of America or something bought them up. I don't think McDonald's almost failed. It's one of the most profitable, like, casual dining restaurants in the world right now. I think they're actually doing quite well. Ford is still around. I'm pretty sure Ford is still fairly profitable. Now, recently, I'm not sure. Like, I know there was a shortage on some rare earths that go into, like, EVs, electric vehicles. But I think for a while, I mean, they're definitely still a company. I don't know if they ever took the loan or not. They may not have. GM, I'm pretty sure, is still a company. They took the loan. But yeah, I mean, it just gets spun as like this political like bailout, and it's like it's a loan. There's nothing like, you know, grand and mysterious about it. You go, I mean, it depends on who you are, but like a lot of people, you go to the bank right now, ask for a loan. Say, hey man, let me get a loan. They say, all right, and it'll be like 10% or something, but sure. You go get a payday advance right now, check into cash. It's gone. I don't have old.
It's all filthy and dangerous. And that's why I love
I mean, they were getting like check into cash rates, I'm pretty sure. Like, it was expensive. Those bailouts were not cheap. I'm pretty sure.
Long ago, our kind danced upon the mountain fields.
How do you pay back $182 billion? You pay it back. I mean, I don't know. Like, it sounds like a lot of money to individuals. That's not like that much money to a lot of corporations out there. They didn't print it, man. It was literally a loan. Like, they may have... I'm pretty sure, like... And they don't just print money, they sell treasuries. That's how it works. People talk about, like, money printing. Like, they just literally have a printing press. They sell treasuries to people. They say, hey, the government wants... I don't know... $1 billion. They sell treasuries to different entities around the world, and they say, we'll pay you back whatever 3% a year over 10 years. So again, that's like a loan. You're not printing money. You are creating a loan, and other people are investing in that loan as a counterparty.
Look right.
At least that's how it's done in the United States. There might be some places around the world where they literally will just print money, but I think it was like, I think technically the quote-unquote bailout was like $800 billion, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm pretty sure all of it got paid back with interest. I mean, I could look it up, but it's kind of what I'm talking about. It's just like all this sensationalized, like, mischaracterization of stuff to make it sound like extreme or unfair or diabolical or whatever. And just like, oh, I never get a bailout, or, you know, some people will be like that. It's like, yeah, you do. You've got a mortgage, probably. You probably had a car payment. You are able to file for bankruptcy, personal bankruptcy if you want. And you can't get rid of some things like student loans. Yeah, there are a lot of people who benefit from financial instruments that banks issue, like... Made him angrier. Yeah, of course it... Like, it made him angry because, you know, some of these, like, hardcore capitalist people want certain companies to, like, to fail and to get eaten up by other companies. Right? To get bought out, management to lose everything. Like, that was something that people, you know, were also mad about. Was the fact that a lot of these... like, corporate executives got a lot of money when they got fired. They got these golden parachutes. Now, that's something people, in theory, could be upset about, right? Because technically... Damn it. It's hard to tell where they're going to land sometimes. Because they don't, like, have a shadow or anything. So yeah, technically they got compensated with quote-unquote, like, taxpayer money, but again, that was part of the loan, and it was paid back, and a lot of that was contractually obligated, right? Like, they didn't have a choice. So a lot of it was just kind of like senses of fairness, like, oh, it's unfair, this or that. But as far as like
I don't need to understand the plan.
financially, I'm pretty sure all of it was covered and the taxpayer made money on it. Yeah, but that's just how contracts work, man. Some of them didn't. I'm pretty sure Jamie Dimon, you know, declined. Well, he's still in business. He actually didn't get fired. He managed it really well.
All right.
Jamie Dimon might be the only surviving, like, major bank executive from that era. Now, actually, I'm not sure. He may have retired, but he was around for a long time. I think he's still... He may not be the full CEO of JP Morgan. I'm not sure. But, I mean, the bottom line is you can't let the banks, like... You can't let those things fail, like we saw with... Bear Stearns and stuff like that. Like, you just couldn't let AIG fail. So you had to give them a loan. But they ended up paying it back.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
You don't have any mana, hun. Like,
They're scared of magic. They are scared of where I'm from.
it's like running at him with no mana. I don't have any mana either, so it's gonna be a one-on-one. Actually, I do have mana, but he can one-tap me.
I'm good. All they got. Laugh.
Yeah, I don't think I want to go find him.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
He still is, yeah. Well, you have to, like, not let them fail. It was a very good investment. How you didn't look at it. You gave out a loan, your whole financial system didn't collapse, and you got paid a profit. I think most of the places paid it back within, like, 2 years. I'm not sure if AIG did it that fast, but the vast majority of them paid it back really quickly because it sucked. Like, basically, the government had all these controls, and they had to pay, like, a lot of interest. So they really, really wanted to get out from under that ASAP.
Never seen moves like
An enemy has been slain.
for humans.
Yeah, we should have pushed mid first, I guess.
For us, it's war.
It's gonna be worded for sure. Okay, Garen's pressuring top, though. Did they leave?
Yeah, I think they did.
A little spark of
Okay.
They were low.
Okay.
Might be able to get dragged.
Yeah, they're not here. Oh, shit, we got it. I don't think they can get it with
Well,
the thing on it. The ward. Yeah, Jin's here.
I'm just trying to live the moment.
Oh, what? Oh my god.
I will make them
Oh my god. Dude, that fucking blast plant was bullshit. How does it even blast you straight up like that?
An enemy has been slain.
gosh.
Well, I fucked up. Graves is bailing me out. I was trying to take that blast plant to take an option away from Jin, but I blasted myself straight in the air. No, I wasn't being stunned. I was just, like, really close to it.
An enemy has been
So I guess if you're really close to it, it, like, changes the trajectory of where you get shot. Oh, it's not a bailout. It's a loan with stipulations.
Dang. I got plus 26 LP that time. What is happening? I don't get this stuff.
How much did you get?
Plus 26.
Okay, nice. Through the Treasury, the U.S. government actually booked $15.3 billion from TARP, the Troubled Asset Relief Program, as it earned $441 billion on the $426 billion invested. So, it's not an insane amount of money. I mean, that $15.3 billion is a lot, but like as a percentage gain, what is, I mean, it's not a very large percentage. It's like 3% over X years, 6 years or something, but it's still profit. Everywhere, different numbers, I guess. I mean, I don't know. You can find someone that thinks there's like mole people that are about to invade us, but like this is like pretty well documented. It's all like a matter of public record. Is there some deep state that's like covering it up? I mean, I don't know. You can check these like 92 sources on Wikipedia if you want to. You can fact check all of them, but but it's like, yeah, could they have like bought something else? Could they have just put that money in the S&P 500 and had a bigger return? Yeah. But, you know, saving the entire financial system is a good idea. I think that's a pretty good investment. And they made money on it. Again, not a huge percentage amount over the course of 8 years or whatever. Now, I think most of it was paid back, like I said, within a year or two. It's just like a couple of banks, like Ally Bank, I think, is Bank of America. So it sold off the last little bit there at the end. Yeah, it was initially they wanted 700 billion, but I guess they put out 415. You can see the criteria that people had to have, the administrative structure of it if you want, eligibility and asset valuation, equity stakes of the government, like all this contractual shit. Like, it's not a bailout. There's like 20 pages of stipulations here and details about how the government, like, you know, had a lot of control here and made a lot of money. Assets guaranteed, preferred stock, and they did a lot of it through preferred stock instead of bonds as a financial instrument. It says here how much, then it says I think when they paid it off. Okay, two allocations, 25 billion and then 20 billion. The rest was converted to common equity, and it was sold at the Treasury Department in 2010 for $12 billion. So that's a very good investment. They got 12 billion in like a year and a half on a 45 billion investment. So that's like a 15 to 20% return. Bank of America got converted over to Ally. Yeah, anyway, you can look through all this if you want. Yeah. I was just talking about, you know, it started off just broadly talking about a lot of misinformation and especially like distrust of the banks these days, and how I knew some relatives and friends and students that are just like not able to make good decisions because they don't have good money, because it's And a big part of it is just the, like I was saying, like, the way that information is monetized right now really incentivizes fear and extremism. And so it's really hard for people to get reliable information if you don't have a lot of training and interest in a specific field or in just like critical thinking in general. It's really hard to like figure out what you can trust. Well, what would you put your money in? Yeah, I mean, it is true, but I feel like it has been kind of hard to trust, but I don't know. I feel like in the 90s, the news was maybe not as accurate. I mean, I was younger then, but it feels like 90s and 2000s, the news was like, it was slanted politically, but to some extent, depending on which news station you were watching. But I felt like there was a much greater, like, there were far, far fewer, like, extreme conspiracy or, like, distrust of large institutions.
Let's dance.
Like, it was there. I just feel like it's not the same scale. And I think now people, it's like, it's a lot harder for people to get out of that rabbit hole, because if you want to see that, you're going to see that everywhere on, like, YouTube and all this other stuff. I think that's kind of what's challenging. I mean, yeah, it's always been difficult. I think now you can be informed, and you can be critically engaged, and you can learn a lot. More so than you probably have at any other time in history. But you have to have the tools and sort of the drive to, like, go do that. I think you have to go out of your way. And it's really, I feel like it has been since 2008, where it's become very popular to mistrust large institutions and to, like, feed into conspiracy theories. Now, sometimes conspiracy theories are true, and sometimes they're useful. They get people to dig deeper and try to understand things. But I think a lot of people are getting exploited because of that. Both from, like, all of these stations, again, that are, like, fear-mongering, but also, like, the entire crypto space. One of the major reasons that so many people put so much money in there is this narrative about not trusting the banks. And now people are legit getting scammed out of all their, like, crypto money. Because they thought it was, like, safer somehow, because regulation is bad. Right? I mean, the funny thing is, like, it's like a lot of the banks, I don't know, it's this weird twisted thing where people are starting to say, like, regulation is bad and we should just go, like, back to more free market stuff sometimes too. Like, that really favors a lot of the banks. Okay, it's double AD bottom. It's basically, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors to hide the fact that there are, like, extremely rich companies. That's the craziest thing. Like, rich companies, individuals that pay virtually no tax. Like, there's all this, like, smoke and mirrors and conspiracies and all this other bullshit, like, just to hide the, like, the massive, like, wealth inequality. I'm not saying, like, necessarily what the solution to that is, but it feels like it's all these little games.
Consequences only matter if I don't get away.
Beanie Babies, yeah. Hey, some of them could be worth money, but Weather Underground, yeah. Regulated amount of
a Korean belt.
Who said that? Oh god. That means it's gonna be bad, huh? There's, like, no way it's good.
30 seconds until minions
They have an
spawn.
OP team, yeah, man.
Man, have you
Neela and Anivia, like, S tier. I mean, I don't know. Those champs are okay, but they are, like,
Hello?
obscure.
Anybody there?
I don't think we want this.
I'm gonna live forever.
Oh my god, the Nibia? stayed alive. It's impressive. One for one.
Yeah, not as bad as it could have been. There needs to be a regulated amount of minimum wage versus profit that a company can take. That's just the government doing its job. No, they don't need anything as convoluted as that. There just needs to be, like, basically an alternate, like, there needs to be a minimum you pay, no matter what, above a certain threshold. Like, there's no bullshit, there's nothing you can do to get around it. Companies, it needs to be 10% or something. Regardless, how many deductions, how much business you do overseas, whatever it is, if you do business in the United States, you pay whatever the number is, 5 or 10%.
I am only as wild as
Anyone that does business in the United States pays that. And for individuals, there needs to be a wealth tax of like your total net assets. You have to pay 1% or something like that. I don't think that's unreasonable. Some number. Because like what happens is once you get so much money at the top, that money never goes into circulation. So no one ever gets it back hardly. Because once you have like $100 billion, what do you buy? You know, like,
then they will know me.
it's way, way more than you would ever need. Like, you buy Twitter, I guess. You know, like, you buy companies. I should have just eaten that for him. But it's like, that's a completely absurd amount of money. And you made it. You're doing really well. But yeah, I think there should be, like, an extreme wealth minimum tax. Again, I'm not saying tax rich people 40%. There just needs to be some mechanism to get that money back into the system. But this would only apply to people, like, even if you just did that to people that had $10 million or more in assets, like, it would help a ton.
We call life.
As far as, like, deficits.
An enemy has been slain.
Those people are gonna be fine. Like, they're not gonna be on the street, you know what I mean? They can still succeed. They can still be profitable. They can still invest in things. I'm trying to eat as many of these as I can. He's actually kind of healing up now.
I'm so fine. I got
Yeah, exactly. People are talking about, like, oh man, the can't go back to a 35% corporate tax or something. But it's like, dude, in the 1950s, it was like, yeah, it was like 80% or some shit. I mean, I think that's bad.
ain't nothing.
But I think the problem is not the tax rates, it's the tax, like, dodging. It's all the, like, weird-ass deductions and shit that people can do. And a lot of it's, like,
They're scared of dark. They're scared of magic. They are scared of where
just people, like, incorporating money
Ally has been slain.
and, like, hiding it in weird places like Ireland. Like, just finding these tax shelters. Dude, we can't. We don't have priority, man. So, you need to, like, base it on sales, not where you're incorporated. Oh my god. Dude, that was such bad positioning. What do you mean forcing it? Like,
Ally has been slain.
you literally forced it. I gotta mute, man. He's like, you guys forced it. It's like, bro, you literally ran under tower and took a shot.
This looks like another dangerous.
Unless he's saying he forced it for no reason. Which, that's true. But why is that our problem? Like, we had him frozen out. But he dies and fucks it up, yeah.
I have got this back up.
I mean, I think rich people should be rich for succeeding, but there's, like, there's degrees, right? Like, there's rich, and then there's, like, you know, I can't even fathom the number. Like, $100 billion, what's the average salary in the United States? Like, 50K? Maybe? I mean, I guess it depends on where you are in your life. But if we take 50K as a normal number, then 20 people's salary would be $1 million. 50K is probably generous. It's probably lower than that. I know I make less than 50K. I almost had a doctorate. I would still be making less than 50K even if I had a doctorate. I'm pretty sure he's dead. Yeah. Well, at least she had to use flash, I suppose. What? How did she whip me over that? What is the range on that whip? Oh, Lord. Corporate show. Yeah, I mean, again, I think billionaire's probably fine, but like once you get to 100 billion, it's like there's a limit though. That's the thing. It's like there should be a certain level where you are paying more. I mean, Hell Na's idea is actually interesting, where like the minimum like entry level wage for a company maybe should be based on the profitability of the company. But the thing is, like, Amazon in theory nets a lot of money, but they actually don't take home a lot of money because they just like reinvest it. I don't know. It would have to be based on like net sales or something rather than profit. Maybe taxes should be based on net sales instead of profit. I'm not sure how that would impact stuff. That's a pretty big one. But I feel like it's pretty easy to just say, like, if you're doing business in the US, you have to pay a certain percentage of your sales, whether it's international or whatever, to stop people from incorporating in the Cayman Islands, Ireland, and all that shit. Not that there's anything wrong with those places. It's just like it's a very toxic kind of like exploitation of the tax code. And I think there should be a small wealth tax. Oh god. Like 1% of total assets.
Enemy killing spree.
The humans will never understand our kind until they hear the song.
After, again, some large number, $100 million.
It don't take a lot of words to tell the truth.
Man, we're just kind of getting clapped almost everywhere. I wish rich people with dementia would stop doing business. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, property tax, but the problem is, like, a lot of wealth is, like, caught up in stock. And if you don't sell your stock, then, like, that money doesn't get realized. Property tax also hurts, like, middle-class people, or affects middle-class people quite a lot, too. I mean, stocks kind of do, too, for people that have 401ks, but... Yeah, I mean, property taxes are like, okay. Oh my god. This is looking bleak.
It's a revolution.
What? I don't know if I've ever seen that combo. You can use your E and then R. What did he do? He like used his E and then you can R. I guess that makes sense, yeah.
1, 2, woo! All right.
To get the stun. Rich people with dementia, I guess. I don't know.
Humans think that
I mean, like, people in companies, they usually aren't... I mean, I guess if it's a private company. I don't know. Yeah. He can't. The E had a delay on it. Like as soon as he R'd, it stunned me almost immediately. I think, unless maybe he just like E'd in place. I mean, it makes sense. I just don't think I've ever seen anyone use that combination of E'ing and then R'ing. He's going Zeal? What the hell is that? I mean, I guess it gives him movement speed. Oh my god, GP's 0-6. It was some, like, interesting interaction that's not, like, super common. Oh my god, she doesn't get away, does she? Come on. I've almost got ult. He'll do it, though. Damn, I guess I shouldn't use Ignite. I can... I feel like Pyke's gonna be here. I can flash on her. Maybe. Here's a TP. Yeah, but I just didn't know where Pyke was, and she had egg, and I don't know. Like, we really need to make something happen, but I can't get, like, too desperate. I'm just gonna int. I don't think that's a Korean build on her. That's just a standard build, I think, right? That's... Or, wait. Does she scale with AP? Isn't it supposed to be Nasher? I can't remember what her ratios are. Or like, I think she got Kraken before.
I'm gonna turn this place down. So I can burn it.
I don't know if Pyke's smurfing. He's alright. I mean, we're just kind of like feeding. The jungler just like inted into him. And then they just... Varus is immobile. And Homegirl just kept diving him.
Back to the action.
Oh my god. Okay, this is it though, right? We're back in it. That's when GP ults? Really? Maybe it was on cooldown. I can't believe Pyke got out of that. He's gonna get out. He's got Mobies. Everyone gets $271. I don't think we need to take that much. 90 billion for Musk. Like, I don't want to, like, make rich people poor. Just 1%. That'd be 15 billion for Musk every year. If he's got $150 billion. That's fine. But you wouldn't redistribute it to people. You do it for, like, to help with, the, like, even out the budget. Or whatever. I'm not sure about, like, a, what do they call it? Universal basic income. I don't know about that. Like, we kind of tried that with COVID, where we just gave everyone money, and it's kind of creating a lot of inflation. But we also aren't, you know, taxing people. That's a huge part of it, too. I mean, they fucked up, and they gave us some kills, but... I mean, Jarvan has no farm. It's gonna be a tough game. GP is still GP. Like, if he just lands a barrel in a team fight at 40 minutes. Politicians with more money. Yeah, I mean, Ukraine is affecting it somewhat. Mostly because of the grain inflation. But, I mean, yeah, it's like COVID, Ukraine, China. Don't forget, we've had this trade war going on with China for like 6 years now. There's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know. I think Might be politically unpopular at this point, but it's one of those things where... Okay, I made her use Ghost at least. I think we just can't let Russia have Ukraine, though. Because if you're not going to stop them at Ukraine, then they're just going to get all the other satellite, like, old Soviet states. Like, you got to make a stand at some point. And we're trying not to directly get involved, so there's, like, no nuclear war, but... Oh my god. This Pike's playing pretty well. Yeah, I think Ukraine's gonna stop him.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I think Ukraine's also gonna get Crimea back. And hopefully that will dissuade China from trying to get Taiwan. At least for a while.
An ally has been slain. Your turret has
Yeah, I think you also can't give China Taiwan.
Look good. I feel good.
It just sucks, like, you don't want to be the world police, but you don't want these, like, nefarious entities gathering a bunch of power, and you don't do anything. See, a la Hitler in World War II, right? We're just like, alright, we're just gonna mind our business here. We're not gonna deal with this guy when he's taken over Germany. And then it's like, okay, so he got Germany, he's taking France, alright, we're not gonna deal with him. And then you just wait until it's almost too late, and then you're like, well, fuck.
down.
This guy's never gonna stop. He's not gonna become friendly with us, ever. We gotta stop him. And so then you gotta stop him when he's like a superpower. So I mean, these calls are not always like really easy, but like the Vietnam, bad call, bad move. Puppeting Iran, bad move. You know, a lot of those things are bad moves. Like, you know, you're never gonna be right 100%, but I think sometimes you just gotta get involved. And yeah, it's on the U.S. and it does kind of suck, but like,
You're only given a little squad of arms. You mustn't lose it.
exactly, yeah, Ukraine is a lot cheaper and it's a lot kind of better call. Well, Ukraine's a democracy, basically, like a pretty, like, trustworthy democracy. Like, some of these other countries we have to help are just, like, insanely corrupt. Not democratic, not unified. Ukraine feels like they're incredibly unified. Like, there's not going to be, like, you know, we're not, like, deposing their president, and there's not all these, like, terrorist factions running around. That's exactly right, Sam. That's what I would, you know, try to explain to people sometimes, is we get a lot of hidden value that doesn't show up on a lot of stat sheets by being, you know, a world police. We get favorable trade deals, we get soft power, is what they call it. Sort of official military terms. We're losing that to China with China's Belt and Road Initiative, though. They're like eating our lunch right now with this soft power. Now, fortunately, they're like getting super greedy and fucking it up, I think. Where it's kind of getting, people are figuring out that they rip people off really hard. Oh my god, she does not get to dive that far and kill me. Oh shit. I can't believe they got away with that. I mean, I guess she's super powerful. Yeah, I mean, China's just basically buying up Africa and South America with all the rare earths and lithium. Exactly, yeah. I don't know the whole history of Ukraine, but yeah, it was probably not a super smooth sailing, but... Oh my god. Well, the good news is if we kill her, I guess Ornn has some kills, but like... No, you just gotta make a stand with some of these things.
Your turret has been
I mean, we let China take Tibet. I think. I don't know as much about that, but we just kind of let that happen, and that was just a humanitarian, like, blowout. But that was us kind of minding our business. Wasn't that mostly in, like, the 80s or something, though? I think we kind of were sort of wanted China to be our friend, or at least neutral with Russia or something. I don't really know. But we let that one go. And that's becoming a big problem. Because now they've got like this border war with India. Because Tibet was kind of a buffer zone, I think, for a lot of these things. I can't remember. I'm really rusty on that moment in history. I mean, if they just fuck up and we're able to get a Baron, like if we kill what's-her-name, Neela. Okay, she's bottom? Can we make a play on this? I mean, I'm gonna try. Maybe they won't look. Oh god, Varys is gonna lead him right over here, isn't he? No, stay! God, I guess he got scared of Jarvan. Like, I feel like we gotta try, man. Fuck, he's here. Alright, back it up, back it up. She does 0 damage, by the way. Where'd he go?
Wild magic, we have no children.
An ally has been slain.
God, he's getting thugged.
Ally has been slain.
Oh.
Well, yeah, like long term they're in trouble. I think their short term problem is the housing market and massive bank corruption. The banks are corrupt there. At least a lot of them seem to be.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Magic.
That's their immediate problem. And like inflation and all this other stuff. The population thing is like, you know, in 20 years that's a problem. But the Evergrande thing right now is a big issue. Are we really going this hard on the support? Oh my god. Dude.
Never mind.
Dude, that champ is just... The diff is insane. Yeah, exactly. That's a great point, Matt. Yeah, we gave Putin Crimea. I forgot to mention that. That's obvious. That's like the newest example. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not going to stop. He has to be stopped. And that's just what happens sometimes. Sometimes you just can't have a friendly world where everybody is rainbow and sunshine. We've kind of had that. So, I guess not really, with like the war on terror and everything, but... We haven't had a world war in, you know, 80 years. We're kind of due for one. I'm ready to get drafted, son. God. Oh, man. Dude, that'd be so terrible. You just imagine getting drafted, and then they're like, hey, man, we've got this operation called D-Day. we want you to storm this beach. And by want, I mean we're basically going to enslave you and force you to storm that beach.
90% chance that you're gonna die.
Yeah, you're probably dead. You're going to be the meat shield for the officers. I have a lot of respect for the military, man. They got to do some really tough shit. Especially, like, people that are drafted, my god. Pretty soon we'll just have all the robots doing that shit, though, hopefully. As long as they're not, like, attacking us. I can do, like, one more if you want. It's up to you.
I'll do one more.
China will be democratic within our lifetime. Oof, I don't know, man. Mao's got to die first, or there's got to be, like, a massive revolution. I don't know, man. There could be a revolution. Like, people are pissed. But the problem is there's, like, so much state surveillance and just getting people to disappear that it's, like, really hard for them to get organized. I mean, that's how all democracies start. Oh, well, I don't know. A lot of them, you know, you got to overthrow a dictator. Like, most of those people are not just going to step out, you know? They're not just going to bow out. At least in America, right? Like, we didn't actually depose the dictator, right? We were a colony that basically convinced them to stop attacking us. I agree. Like, there's just so much, like, shadowy manipulation and stuff like that in China to maintain control. They don't even float their currency. So people are saying, like, oh, you know, the Chinese currency, the yuan's gonna replace the US dollar as the global reserve currency. I'm like, it's not even floated. Like, you can't even trade it. They have two different currencies, like one for the renminbi or something for the domestic population. You've got a second one. It's not even a free market currency. Oh, I didn't realize that. United States won the first land war against the English Empire. Like the British Empire in history. Go USA. Yeah, that's right, Daniel. That is true, yeah. Die of radiation poisoning in World War III. I live kind of close to an important tactical site. Like, I'm not in a super large city like New York or California, but there would almost certainly be a nuke coming within 30 or 40 miles. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, there's starting to be some revolts. That's actually the scariest thing is, like, if their economy starts doing really poorly or there are all these revolts, then that would make them more likely to attack Taiwan to just try to unite people, to give people a common enemy, to give them a narrative. Like, wartime brings people together a lot of times. Bro, why? Are they switching? Why is there so much weird bullshit going on? Yeah, they want that. I mean, TSMC, there's no way they would get it, man. People would, like, bomb it immediately. If they thought China was going to get it, America would just hit it with a missile. Because we've got them building a TSMC in Texas or Arizona or something. I don't think there's... I think China... I don't know if China would hit it, because they really want it, but... That's like the most powerful acre in the world or something, however big that factory is. You think they would use nukes to hit other nukes? I would figure they would just use, like... I think the US has a system where it's like lasers and shit can, like, knock missiles out of the sky. Or, like, blow off the part of it. Yeah, I feel like they've got, or at least they've, I don't know if they've tested it, but, like, is it nukes? I don't know. Or at least, like, I don't know why you need a nuke to hit a nuke, though. Like, could you just use, like, just a standard ballistic missile? Is at least top, what the fuck is it against? I guess it's against something weird, top. Cast it in her graves? What is this weird shit?
Who knows?
Jason's thrilled about it. Oh, I mean, I guess if you're saying, okay, they detonate a nuke in the air so that it blows up all the other missiles because you can't do just a clean missile-to-missile interception. That's what the game is. You're just hoping to, like, blow up a mile of other nukes or other missiles. Yeah, but I feel like that's really bad. There's just gonna be, like, radioactive, like, dust on everybody. Yeah, it's the submarines, too, are a big problem. I mean, hopefully we don't... Hopefully everyone's smart enough not to press the nuke button, because everybody dies if that happens. Like, they know damn well they're dead. Like, if they ever send a nuke anywhere, 100% Mao and Putin are dead. And I don't know if they're willing to do that or not. It's like, you're gonna die, your family, everyone you've ever known is going to die if you press that button. Do you really want it that much? I think they're too greedy. I think they want to live, and I think they want power. Kim Jong-un? I don't know. I mean, sometimes, like, I really like the West's characterization of North Korea. It's difficult to tell propaganda from truth. That would be the scariest one, in my opinion, who, like, might actually press a nuke button. But I don't know, like, again, he's a dictator with a lot of power. Why would you want to give that up by pressing nuke? Like, people who would push that kind of shit, I would think would be people that are not in power. Or that are, like, religious fanatics, right? That think it's a good thing if they die, they're gonna get rewarded in the afterlife for killing everybody or something. Like, it can't be... Because you're dead. If you do it, you're dead. So, it has to be someone who just really has some interesting perspectives going on. And probably someone who's not in a position of power. That's my theory. Hopefully that's true.
Says someone has to die, they die.
Now, the U.S. did it back in the day, but that's before anyone else had nukes. So you didn't have to worry about... you didn't have to worry about other people doing it. I think it was still fucked up. I don't think we should have nuked them. I think there are other ways we could have done it. I mean, I'm not an expert on that, but surely we could have just embargoed them or, like, done something else to starve them out. I don't know the situation. I don't know, honestly, if, Truman knew the situation, like, knew the true extent and horror of the nuke, and just, like, how long that lasts and how many civilians will die. But yeah, it was really fucked up. Syria is such a pain in the ass. What the f— Grasp Elise with Cold Top versus Graves Cold Top. Is this crazy bullshit? Is LS, like, repping this stuff? LS is, like, the worst thing that's happened to solo queue. I mean, he's sort of entertaining, but his takes are just so crazy, and people actually, like, listen to him. He's like the ultimate all-capser. Okay. I mean, he keeps the game interesting, I guess. You got a flash, bro. Oh my— what was that damage? Dude, I cannot believe she did that much damage. I should have backed away immediately. She hit me at the end for like 200 on a Q. At least that's what it felt like. The professor. Oh, I've seen that guy, the historic guy. So he was saying what? It would have given Russia a big edge if we did that? I don't know. Honestly, I'm out of my element. So it just seems like there should have been another way. And it's just way, way too fucked up as far as civilian casualties. I'm disappointed in myself for dying. Zeri, I should have just left. He wasn't even one auto attack. It was like 2. There's no way I was gonna get him. Through like the Sona heal.
I don't do safe.
I mean, maybe they all start eating each other's, like cannibalism, or they just start torturing their own citizens, or I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe there's an argument that it would have caused a larger humanitarian disaster
Myself.
without the nuke, but like, I don't know. I'd have to listen to the professor and what he thinks about that. I think I've listened to him on a car trip before. He was pretty cool. Oh my god, bro, come on.
Offended by how little attention I give.
Of course she gets boots first.
Name one genius better than
Bastion is allowed to have no fun.
Good, don't let him play the game.
Not.
Fuck that champion.
I am not letting him play.
never understand
Firebombing Tokyo the nukes. Yeah, the problem with nukes is like, I think it's difficult to calculate just how many people you end up killing with that because the radioactivity lasts for so long. And like poisons all these water sources and shit, like.
Woo! I am so into this. What is this?
Oh my god. The play safe. I guess, man. We're just gonna let Zeri Sona farm. That's the game plan.
Okay, get him wide. Burn him up.
I mean, they don't have more damage. All they have is boots. I hate that I'm just gonna farm mentality. I mean, we need to not die, that is true. But we need to look for trades. Turned on the Soviets after Berlin. I don't know. I'd have to study that era. I need to look into more history. I think history is really fascinating.
I'm free. I live in a moment. Don't leave nothing. Bring it on. What humans call magic, we call life. Can't wait to see what I'm gonna do.
Shut down.
Running on empty.
The humans call it battle. It's just a dance. I don't want to war.
If I hit Sona, I'm pretty sure we kill her.
Fun. I need some fun. Now.
An enemy has been slain.
Oh, don't die to minions. Oh my god.
What you looking at?
I think my E saved him from dying to minions. I probably should have gone with my wife on this trip. I feel kind of bad that I didn't go. But I thought I was going to have to help my grandma out, but then she's just kind of been MIA.
Has been slain.
I think I saved him twice. I saved him from Ignite, and then I saved him from ranged minion auto attacks.
place.
You know, listening, I was telling Jason, I think the other day, listening to this like Trump parody station. I forgot what it was called, but like Trump WAP and some of these other songs where it's like, I mean, that guy's probably going out of business, I would imagine, because now there's AI that can just make any celebrity sing anything. Probably. But he like took clips. He like takes clips from speeches and things and makes like Trump sing a bunch of different songs. And that's like, I listen to that just kind of for fun, but that gives me my exposure to pop music that I like never hear before. I'm like, hey, this song's kind of interesting. Shit. God bless. I missed my jump. That's what I get for not playing Recon every game. Just lose out on little micro movements like that. But some of these songs that they have been parodying, like the real songs are pretty good. That I've never heard of, like, but they're old, which is hilarious. Like I heard a was it Duo Lipa or something? Like New Rules from it was like 5 years ago. I was like, hey, this song's actually pretty catchy. Is this new? And then it was like 5 years ago. Did he auto it? Bro, did he auto attack a minion? I'm pretty sure he did, and she lives with like 100 health. Because he autoed a minion.
They're scared of darkness.
I think she got a crit at the end too.
They are scared of where I'm from.
Maybe it does sound better to like not have the AI do it. I don't know, like the ones with Trump and Biden, all them playing League of Legends is pretty funny.
The best.
I think they're pretty accurate. It sounds like them.
I do not wish to kill the mortals. I want them to hear the music.
But yeah, that shit is pretty funny. I don't know. It's probably still making videos like that, but like right when AI started to become popular, that was the thing.
This looks like another dangerous situation. Thankfully, I can improvise.
Hate the AI and the concept of it. Dude, there's no way, like... Oh my god, Ziri's 5-1? How the hell did she get that many kills? Guess she killed the jungler once too. What is with the ADCs getting literally every kill in these games? I don't know why I waste my ult. Bro, get the hell out of there. What are you doing? I mean, at least this kind of works. Like, she has kills, but it's like, who cares? I don't know.
I am a chronic line stepper.
Coming.
Sucks I got it, but she was about to E across the dragon pit.
There's wildness in the leaves and the flowers. Just a fury for me. I dance so fine, I slip.
Yeah, there are going to be AI scams, but you got to remember, there's going to be AI that can detect AI scams too, most likely. There'll be like AI battles, right? Good versus bad. I guess that is. Gotta get that. Like, the best thing for detecting, like, Chat GPT is Chat GPT, right? On, like, papers. It's kind of like computers, just old school computers in general. It's like, yeah, computers could scam people and can do a lot of nefarious things, but they can potentially do good things too. I don't know, we need to run, dude. He just like walked right into them. I'm not sure what the story is there. Guess he lagged or something? I don't...
Humans claim it is theirs. They fence us away and cover it in refuse.
But yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of potential for negativity. I think it... But it's hard to like put the genie back in the bottle, you know? We just gotta figure out how to best sort of live with it at this point. Because if we don't develop that technology, like China's gonna get it, or Russia, or Iran, or... Elise is already outscaled. Graves has 1.5 items.
That's their problem.
Not get it. Maybe if I R'd and then W. I don't know if I had time though. Oh my god. Really? Yeah, that's the luckiest shit. I mean, maybe she predicted it accurately. Oh, thank god. That was a good shot, Jin. Yeah, we need to stop that. Now Elise
It
just
don't get out of
fucked.
control. It ain't a party.
Yeah, we gotta try to just go for damage, I think. Yeah, I feel ya. It's definitely gonna be interesting. I think ultimately it'll be a good thing, but there definitely could be some problems. Are you shitting me? He's not even the jungler!
I need my love to hurt. Scary. I don't apologize for it. I feel good. Runtime, doing his job.
He's dead again.
I should totally get paid for this.
I don't understand the appeal of playing like really bad stuff in ranked. Like, I would just feel bad if I'm chain feeding and just playing like just horrible champs. I don't know.
They've never seen moves like mine.
I mean, I guess like the challenge of like, ooh, I'm gonna do something different. It's like, you want more of a challenge, just, you know, win games and you'll go up in rank. That's kind of a fun challenge. I don't know. I'm just kind of a hater, I guess.
Magic.
Who do we I mean, I can kill Sona, but like, Everybody else just has like a million dashes. He's gonna get away. This shit's gonna be warded. I don't have any more wards. I'm gonna go for Baron.
Running. Yeah, I should probably be running.
Trinity over Divine on Viego is interesting.
I've been kicked around since I was born.
Where's that blue
It's
ward?
all right. It's okay. Staying alive.
An enemy has been slain.
Oh my god.
Rampage.
How the hell did Kassadin get over there?
Ally has been slain.
Well, I charmed him and W'd him immediately, but Kassadin's still got to jump off. Sure, Viego?
Your turret has been destroyed.
Our magic is a fury. It is a song we cannot resist.
Comp's just like so bad.
I don't even understand the plan. I trust my love.
Like on paper, at least doesn't like the stat wise doesn't look horrible. I mean, 6 and 6 down 50 CS is not where you want to be, but like it doesn't feel like it should be this worthless. But it's so much more than it seems because she got so many, like 3 or 4 of those kills early in lane. All right, we're doing this shit. God bless. How is she fucking outrunning me? She doesn't even have Mobies.
It's magic that's wild. I'm just here for the party.
Alright, can we get this dragon? Graves bottom. So I'm just gonna heal everybody. We're gonna have to give inhibitor. I mean, we can't let him get soul. Bro, you better smite this. Okay. We're like losing our base to get this.
I gotta live. I can call I die.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed. An enemy is unstoppable.
They ain't seen moves
Your
like
turret
mine.
has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed.
Get him, Elise.
I'm gonna take all they got and laugh.
Good idea to use the Shrelia active for minions. What do you mean? Very, very rarely. I mean, if it's a real important timing push, with like supers or something, maybe, but yeah, probably not most of the time. It's a really powerful cooldown. Oh, she's almost hitting her power spike.
We have no children. We have no future.
Oh, here they come, clearing my ward. Probably.
They will remember my name.
2 of them bought.
Yeah. We're doing this pretty slowly.
Graves fight.
Zeri's just gonna fucking kill everybody, maybe.
An enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
You aren't a little frightened? Get alive.
Everybody's gonna die.
Dominating.
What's Zeri? Really 2 items on Zeri. It's Hurricane plus Trinity, I think. And then once she gets 3, it's extremely difficult to kill her. Titanic Hydra. Titanic really shouldn't work with ranged champs, I feel like. It just always ends up creating balance problems. It's one of those things where, like, vast majority of ranged champs aren't going to use it, but when they do, it just feels OP.
Defeat.
There shouldn't be tanky builds that are also high damage for ranged champs. Yeah, at least top OP. Yeah. Maybe should just dodge. I don't know. They had Graves top, but like Graves top is a lot more useful than Elise. Elise is just worthless in the jungle, so like, unless you're Challenger, so why would she be good top? I don't know. Alright, man.
I'll catch you later.
That's a rough one. Yeah, I'll catch you next time. See ya.
I'll see you.
Okay, well that's going to be it. Thank y'all very much for tuning in. We'll probably be back tomorrow, hopefully a bit earlier, around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll see y'all then. Have a good day.